Hey guys, what's up everybody, and welcome back to House of a Warrior. Recently I've not been telling you guys my name. My name is Lauren Adoyo. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're an old gang, thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. Guys, happy new month. It is the first day of February. We are hoping for a better month than the one that just ended, but all in all, we are grateful to see another month, the second month of the year. So happy new month to everyone out there. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about fasting, fasting effectively if you have a chronic illness. In my case, it's sickle cell. So it has just been January. A lot of people during January go on a fast, just to start the year right. And this is, I'm talking about the Christian type of fasting, like the fasting and prayer thing. So this is for the Christians, because I am a Christian myself. And yes, I did a 14-day fast in January alongside all the other members of my church as well. And as someone who suffers from a chronic illness, it's a bit different, a bit more difficult than other people. So just, if this is for just how my experience was, a little bit of tips here and there, because we just don't fast in January, we just don't pray in January. It's something that it's like something you're going to be doing often along the year. And yeah, so let's get right into it. I have some notes. You'll notice I'll be reading sometimes. So fasting requires reasonable precautions. It does, especially for those with chronic illness. In my case, I'm talking to the sickle cell warriors. Okay, ask your physician before you fast. It is a requirement. Just go on a checkup a few days before you start your fast, so that they can check your HB, they can check your pressure, they can religion is good, but we cannot go into religion blindly. You have to take care of your health first. So yeah, ask your physician if you are okay to go, if you are stable and strong enough to go through it, and just be in the know, so that you can be sure that you're going to be well for the rest of those days. Okay, research has shown that fasting reduces inflammation and in return improves chronic inflammatory diseases. So that is, I don't know how true that is, but I was just randomly looking on Google. Like fasting and praying has a lot of benefits, especially in the spiritual realm and all these things, and just your spiritual life, but also like physically, apparently it also has some really good things going on. So yeah, how to accomplish your fast. Okay, first of all, if you have a chronic illness, do not do a dry fast. A dry fast is where you go the whole day without even water. So it's not recommended for you to do that, especially if you're a warrior. Dehydration is horrible. So hydrate, drink lots of water. Okay, continue taking your meds. My goodness, do not stop taking your meds for anything. Okay, when it's time to take your medication, take your medication. That is not food. If you do not want to eat during your fast, that's fine, but your medication, it's not food, especially if it's a lifestyle kind of medication like our sickle cell management drugs. Take your medication. Okay, do not skip that. Okay, number 3, you do not have to go on an empty stomach the whole day. You can do a Daniel fast, which means you can eat fruits and vegetables and things like tea, something hot here and there. You can do that. It's not bad. It's even in the Bible, it's not bad. In Daniel chapter 1 verse 12, there are recommendations, and they say you can eat fruits and vegetables and things that are not like leisure foods. You get? So you can do that. Lastly, you can do a partial fast. Okay, you can do You can give up a meal, you know, like you can decide you do not do breakfast and fast, you know, during the morning hours. You can decide to give up your dinner. That is also a fast in your own way. You can decide to fast, you know, for a few hours, not the whole 12 hours. You can decide to go for 3 hours, for 6 hours, depending on how strong you're feeling. So whatever it is that you think you can do, that is fine. Those are the 4 main ones. But also it's important to know that fasting is abstaining from anything that hinders you from prayers. Okay, so you can fast for a few hours, okay, or from an activity, you know, like TV. You can fast from TV, you can fast from your phone, you can fast from these things that, you know, like things that you know are like your hobbies that you can do without, and replace that time that you do those things with your prayer and reading the word and worship. And that's also a form of fasting. It just doesn't have to be denying yourself food. Okay, so it's also important, you know, that we've looked at how to accomplish a fast, those things I've mentioned, but it's also important to know when to stop a fast. Okay, when your body has had enough. And again, I'm talking to the people who are not like 100% and want to also be involved in building up their spiritual life. So when to stop, okay, there are some health risks also. If you feel extreme hunger, if you feel, you know, excess weight loss, if you start losing weight excessively just from fasting a few hours a day, or a meal here and a meal there, if you experience dehydration, it is time to stop, my friends. If you have low blood pressure, if you have body weakness, my goodness, it is time to stop your fast. Okay, if the fast impacts your emotions or decrease your energy levels, it is time to stop. Okay, if you have things like headaches, fatigue, dizziness, anxiety, things that normally are not always there when you are having your meals, you know, stop. You know, just stop and you know, just pray, just pray about it. Just forget about the fast. You know, you can skip that day and catch up with the rest of the people on the next day. It's not a punishment. There is no fasting police. Yeah, these are just things that you're doing for yourself. Okay, I wrote down here that, wait, where did I write that? I wrote down here that fasting is personal to you and God. We fast to please God and not others, and we do not even please ourselves. Okay, so you're not pleasing anyone. Okay, this is very important to remember. You're not pleasing nobody. This is for you and for your God. Okay, you're not, there's no fasting police. So while you remember that, remember to not let others be your Holy Spirit. No one should be your fasting police, like I just said. Do not let people's expectations or their approvals or disapprovals determine what you do or do not do during a fast. Okay, this is your personal thing. You have your own personal goals. You have your own prayer points that you probably want, you know, God to fulfill for you. So this is for you. This is strictly for you and God, you know. Fasting is not a hunger strike. So if you're just waking up to sit in front of the TV all day in the name of fasting, if you're just sleeping it off all day and waiting for the next time to have your meal, you're not fasting. Remember to combine your fasting with prayers and reading the word and worship. You know, Jeremiah chapter 15 verse 16 says, when your words came, I ate them. They were joy and my heart was delightful. Okay, so yes, we are physically fasting from food, but also there are things that the devil will use to distract you. You know, things like I've mentioned, like the TV, sleeping, you know, just going to chit chat away with your friends. No, you're supposed to replace those meal times with prayers and the word and worship. You know, that is how you fast effectively. That is how you get results from fasting. So do not just spend your day doing something else and call that fasting. We all know. Okay, we all know that that is not fasting. Okay, so lastly, you know, this year my prayer is for a healthy 2024, especially for myself and my children. Like, oh, last year was tough, and this year in January alone there has been a lot of sickle cell disease deaths already. I don't know if you guys know this, but right here in Kenya there has already been a lot of deaths, and like, I'm just praying that the rest of the year is healthy. And that was my prayer point. That was my prayer point for my fasting this year. Because if you do not have help, then what do you have? You know, you might have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy to spend this money, then you have nothing. If you're not healthy enough to take care of your children or your family or to do the things that you like, then you have nothing. I'm not saying you only achieve good health through fasting. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Many people do very many different things. I do not just fast. I take my medications, I do my exercises, I taking care of my mental health. Like, this was just a video about telling you guys that it is possible to fast even with a chronic illness, and also just giving you tips on how to go about fasting when you are living with a chronic illness such as sickle cell disease. Okay, so until there, I hope you're still together. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming back to watch another video. Please keep telling a friend to tell a friend to check us out, and let's do what? Let's fill this house up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so let's keep telling a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and let's fill this house up. I will see you guys next time. Bye.